Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about a book called Refugee by Alan Gratz. This is a book that I just read this summer. It was recommended to me from some students last year that had read it as their small group read, and they really enjoyed it, and so they urged me to move it to the top of my to-read list. And I did this summer, and I surprisingly enjoyed it a lot. So this is a historical fiction text, which normally I'm not drawn to. But there were a couple different details that made this more alluring to me than other historical fiction. So first of all, it's told from the perspective of three different main characters. So we have Joseph, who is a Jewish boy living in 1930s Germany. And then we have Isabel, who is from Cuba in 1994. And then we have Mahmoud, who is a Syrian boy in 2015. So the details that really drew me to this was the fact that it's told from three different perspectives, which I think is pretty cool. But also the perspectives are different time periods. So we have 1930s, 1994, and then also 2015, three vastly different time periods. So that really was interesting to me, and I wanted to see how the author could intertwine those stories together and make it one cohesive story when they're told from three vastly different locations and time periods. And it really did surprise me how well the author brought those three stories together. There's a lot of different symbols that weave throughout the three different stories and similarities that you see in the different characters, which make it really interesting. So I'm going to read the inside cover to you. Joseph is a Jewish boy living in 1930s Nazi Germany. With the threat of concentration camps looming, he and his family board a ship bound for the other side of the world. Isabel is a Cuban girl in 1994. With riots and unrest plaguing her country, she and her family set out on a raft hoping to find safety in America. Mahmoud is a Syrian boy in 2015. With his homeland torn apart by violence and destruction, he and his family begin a long trek towards Europe. All three kids go on harrowing journeys in search of refuge. All will face unimaginable dangers, from drownings to bombings to betrayals. But there is always the hope of tomorrow. And although Joseph, Isabel, and Mahmoud are separated by continents and decades, shocking connections will tie their stories together in the end. So like I said, it's from those three different perspectives. The cool thing is the story starts off with one character's story, and then you have to read the other two characters' story before you get back to that third character again. So the author does a really good job of leaving off each chapter with some sort of cliffhanger, wanting to bring you back to that story. But like I said, you have to read the next two stories before you get back to that. So I found myself just not being able to put this book down, always wanting to know what happens next with these characters. And although it is a longer book, it flew by because each chapter is so short and you really want to see what happens next with each story. So like I said, one of the better books that I've read recently, definitely recommend it and hope you guys like it.